how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Software Inc. I certainly hope you're having a good one because I'm so freaking excited to be jumping back in to what has become a yearly tradition on the channel. We're back in Software Inc. We're probably going to fail miserably because that's just my luck, but I'm excited regardless. We are going to be playing with a mod for this series, that being the Expanse software suite, which adds in new content, including software, new companies, and new personalities, and it also reworks existing software types while staying faithful to the original game's style and balance. It has 26 different types of software, it has 19 computer companies, and 26 personalities, and I believe we're also using... I don't really know what we're using, to be completely honest. Furniture. Yeah, we have some furniture mods. I don't know if they're actually working. To be totally honest, they might be. They might not be, but they are in here and might be a thing that we use. I'm not 100% sure. But we are playing on a beta branch build of Software Inc. Alpha 11, which I don't believe is actually out technically. Currently, it might be. I really don't know. I really have no idea. But regardless, we're going to jump in and we're going to start a new game. The company name, plain and simple, is going to be Take 5 Interactive. There we go. Good old Take 5 Interactive, which was suggested over on Twitter. You can follow me at ConflictNerd, by the way. There's always a link in the video description, and I do highly recommend it because... I'm maybe going to ask for some, software name suggestions at some point. That's going to be in some of the videos. It's also going to be on Twitter, so double your chances and follow me on Twitter at ConflictNerd. There you go. That's my plug for the day. So yeah, Take 5 Interactive was suggested over there. I'm going to go ahead and load me because I figure, here's one I made earlier. I don't get to say that ever. So, it's kind of nice being like, here's one I made earlier. It's me. It's more or less me. It's me as I was, I think, a year ago. My hair is a fair bit longer. My beard's a fair bit less ginger, but that's fine. We're going to start over here on the right, 1980. I think difficulty-wise, I don't know if impossible's always been there. I'd be very tempted. I like that I can start with 0 money. Interesting. 401,000 to be repaid. I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. I'm tempted to say easy, if I'm completely honest. And I've seen a couple of people recently suggest I do more than 1 day per month, but I don't really know what the benefit of that is. So because I've not really played with this mod before, I'm just going to stick with 1. And I might stick with easy. I don't know. In terms of skills and things like that, we have 10 points for design and programming and 6 for artists. So, I mean, we can max out my art if I really want to. And I think some of those points are actually coming from, they're coming from the mods. So that's kind of interesting. But that more or less means that I can kind of do this the whole way across the board. And then I reckon system and I reckon audio. We could make some audio software to start things off, which might not be a terrible idea. In terms of leading, I mean, I want to be able to handle hiring. I want to be able to hold meetings. Actually, no. I don't know that I do want to hold meetings right away. We could do improve effectiveness with... any task. That might not be a terrible idea. I could just do full automation because then right away I can basically have my character here, good old me, go ahead and automate everything. I don't think I need to automate everything right away, so I guess we'll just do that. Since at the beginning of the game we're not really going to go into automation anyway, and then services, I mean, I reckon support and marketing would probably be the way to go. In fact, we're probably not going to market at the start either, so full on for support. We'll bring lead down a little bit there. We'll bring service down a little bit there. Boost my programming, designing, and artistry. And that seems fine. That seems like a fair way to start. Like I said, I'm not really worried about playing on easy. I know that's kind of it's a bit of a wimpy way to do things, but I just kind of feel like it. Every time I play Software Inc., for me, it's just a way of chilling, It's just a way of chilling, having a good time, seeing what kind of chaos we can cause in this alternate timeline. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's pick a map. And we have some choices. We have Garage Inc., which I'm pretty sure that's a Metallica album. We have Apartment Inc., which is not a Metallica album. We have Skyscraper Inc., also not a Metallica album. And we have Hardware Inc., which is similar to, but not to be confused with the Metallica album Hardwired to Self-Destruct. This video is not sponsored by Metallica. I don't think I needed to clarify that, but just in case you were curious, this video is not sponsored by Metallica. I reckon we're gonna go with Garage Inc. because it's the cheap one, is what it is, and that'll be totally fine by me. So here we are. Let me pause the game and see what exactly we're dealing with. We'll go down a floor so we can see the office as well and take out all the walls and stuff like that. This is our room. This is what we have to build a company out of, and I'm kind of curious to see if we can manage to do that. I think what I am going to do is immediately jump into making some software, though, and I'm immediately going to go into, I say an audio tool, but it recommends 2 designers, 4 programmers, and an artist, and that's just with the basics. That's just when it has audio interface and system stuff. There's no actual features right now, so maybe we're not going to do an audio tool. We do have some choices, though. We have things like file archivers. We have things like antivirus. We have security camera software and robot software. Now, I want something easy, so maybe the best thing to do right now would be some contract work, because a logistics application, which is expected to be done in about a month, minimum progress of 31%, is going to give me $10,000. So I'm going to accept that, and we're going to keep the game paused because we don't actually have any furniture right now. Now, speaking of furniture, look at this. There's component printers. Manufactures new hardware components. Yeah, we can make hardware. That's kind of nuts, is what that is. You can assemble it. There's conveyor belts. I can basically turn my office, my building, into like an Amazon warehouse. It's going to be amazing, is what it's going to be. It's going to be there's even a helipad, the description of which is automatically yeets up to 108 boxes into the stratosphere for $6,500 a pop. It's exactly like Amazon. We're yeeting the boxes. It's exactly like Amazon. This is also probably the video that's going to cause me to lose my Twitch partnership, with Twitch, you know, being owned by Amazon. I'm sorry, Papa Jeff. I didn't mean it. Anyway, let's get ourselves a few things here. Now, interestingly, some of this stuff, like the square carpets and this nice, lovely desk, as well as this modern desk, I've actually got from here. There are tasks, which is amazing. You can unlock rewards by doing tasks, which I kind of love. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so 2 of these tables are $180, they're 90 each. This modern desk is 150. So I reckon it's probably not a terrible idea to just go with a couple of these. So that's kind of exactly what I'm gonna do. Nice modern desk there. It's very stylish. We have this nice executive chair, which I'm gonna go for as well. And in terms of computers, we'll just put a nice old computer right there. Very stylish. How very 80s of me. I want to get a floor lamp, and I want to put it in the corner there. And what else do we want? Well, we're going to need a few things, actually, thinking about it. Let's get ourselves a good old water cooler. Let's get ourselves a good old vending machine. And we probably want to decorate the place a little bit too, so it's less miserable. We can put columns in there. I'm not really too interested in that. I do like the idea of a nice big plant over in the corner, though, just to brighten the place up. And maybe a table tree. As silly as that might look. And you know what? I reckon we throw an inbox in there, maybe? Or a calculator, so programming's a bit better. We'll put a calculator in there, and that'll be fine. I could play around with some carpets if I really wanted to, which is, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna, because I think that's what just happened there? Hello, carpet? Why is it doing that? Wait, is it? Oh, it's, hold on a minute. It might be like it might be supposed to be like, is it supposed to be like that? I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be anything. Can I change the style of it? Randomize furniture. Oh! Oh, look at this. Okay. Oh, this is... I didn't even know this was a thing. All right. I like it. So yeah, I've got a nice carpet. Can I do that with this? On a sign, I can change the colors and whatnot. I'm not really too worried about that right now, but I got a nice carpet beneath my desk. Okay. So that's kind of cool. We got a nice just round carpet I could have placed down, but that's all right. We'll not worry too much about that. I like it. So yeah, this will be our office. It's all right. I could put in some bookshelves as well, because I'm pretty sure this right here will boost my skill and the environment a little bit for the office. So maybe not a terrible idea. We can go ahead and put that just there. And that leaves us $49,246 to play with in terms of actually doing things and sort of making things. So yeah, we'll just auto-assign computers, because that one there is now going to be owned by me. And we can go ahead and bring the walls sort of up a little bit, so we can get an idea of what the room looks like, which isn't really that bad. It's kind of a nice place to work in by the looks of it. And let's just run things. So we'll run things, we'll get things going. We'll fast forward a little bit. It's now February of 1980, and we are working on this logistics application, which I really hope they weren't expecting in January. Oh no, there is a month left. Oh, look how speedy I am at that. Okay. So yeah, we go through the iterations of this thing, and we can get through this iteration fairly quickly, I reckon. So now that's done, we can move it into the development phase, and the blue line is basically where we need it to be. Now, me playing on easy, I think it's fair to say that it's not going to be that much of a challenge to make things good. So there we go. We got 10,000 for that. I'm not going to cheese things too much. I am going to try and challenge myself a little bit where I can. But I do want to get some money so that I can manage to, you know, make something kind of cool. So we made some money in February. Let's go ahead and take another logistics application, and we'll get to work on that pretty much immediately. And again, it's going to be pretty much flawless, so we'll develop you. And like I said, I'm not going to cheese it. I'm going to make it as good as I can. So we're going to get the code to 100%. We're going to promote it into beta, and we'll release it about now, getting us the money that we wanted. And it's also just before the end of the work, I say work day, but work month. Now, what I reckon I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to have a look at software. I really do. Because, well, actually, no. I want to look at old companies first. So we have Loopspin here, the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Valuable? Most valuable company, right there. Founded 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago. 7 products, and those products are all games, which is interesting. So release date wise, the first one was Starbeams at Night in August of 1970. It made $225 million, but their most profitable was The Tower Killer in 72, made $262 million. Okay. So there are no billion-dollar companies right now, which is interesting. I don't know what listed means. I gotta be honest, I don't know what listed actually means right there, but that's fine. Let me pause things then. So that's the companies. If we look at software, the most recently released in April, so there was this, was what exactly? What even is category default? Oh, it's a game. Wait a minute. Should I not be able to? It doesn't. Interesting. It's not. Where am I? Am I blind? Robot software. Category default. Okay, so robot software file archiver. That's fine. So most recent antivirus was in December of 79. Do I want to make antivirus? I could. I absolutely could. The thing is, if I make any software, I'm gonna need a publisher. That's kind of the annoying thing here. So if I I mean, I don't know what the easiest thing to make is going to be. We could try and make a terrible game. I don't really know if I want to do that. It would be kind of cool to make, I don't know, a text-based RPG, maybe. But it's about a year, and that's with 2 designers. I think that's, I don't know if that about a year is with my current team. There isn't actually a team assigned to it right now. So I think about a year with 2 designers, 3 programmers, and 2 artists. And that's with 15% interest with no features. So, I mean, I would say branching story. That's now about 2 years. I would say dialogue trees, but that brings it up quite considerably. Customizable character, mod support, audio with adaptive music. It's gonna need more artists. I would say if we just try those 2, we could make a game. We could make an RPG. It might not be a terrible idea to just make a word processor. Maybe. Search box is about a year. What would give us a good bit of expected interest? So dictionary, 24%. 37 if we add a thesaurus in there. 46 if we add spell check. Now that does need 4 programmers, but I reckon we could maybe do something with that. In terms of names, let's just do Power Pro. I want something pro. What about just like Notepad Pro? Actually, you know what? Let's just make Notepad. No, let's do Notebook, right? A notepad sounds very casual. A notebook sounds like it's for the aspiring professional writer, right? What did you write your novel with? I wrote it with a notebook. You know what I mean? I think I'm pretty clear. All right, I think it makes sense. We'll use an existing framework for this, which is going to be, oh Lord, what is it going to be? So royalties are higher. Wait a minute. This one, now this one has spell check already. This one also has spell check. This one does support. Okay, you know what? This one has 100% coverage. Let's use you. And what that's going to do is actually make it quicker for me to put spell check in there. And it is now less than a year. And I can add more features and keep it less than a year, which is fantastic. Now that's going to bring it up a fair bit. That's not very good. Audio playback is about a year. Sound effect library brings it up to 70%. I reckon we keep it about there. It's not going to be all that revolutionary, but it's fine. We're going to make it a solid $40. It's an original IP. It's going to be Notebook. It's a word processor. On the next page, 2D editor we're using for this thing. I mean, most recent release was 79. The most recent great one was 76. This one has 128,000 active users, so we'll use Picture Point 3. And then for the operating systems, we have a few to pick from. I'm gonna go with the 4 most recent. So the consumer reach is about 2.1 million, which isn't really as high as I'd like it to be, but that's fine. The 25% speed boost is good. The expected interest only being 54% is not as nice as I would like. I feel like it might be getting slowed down by, I mean, if I remove, so if I do this, hold on a minute, add, let's see, let's just add frame stop X3, right? Just shy of 1 million potential consumers, less than a year. That seems pretty solid to me. Although I don't know how I feel about the 2D editor being from 1972. Oh, that's a tech level, is 1972. Okay, so that is the most recent tech level that we have for 2D editors. That is fine. So Picture Point 3, it's only good. That's all right. Next page on this. So we're going above and beyond with what's expected of this thing, and 54% is about the highest expected interest we're going to get there, so that is fine. Let's go to the next one and see what we're looking at here. So here's the bit that gets annoying. We have myself working on the design. We have me working on development. We could have a publisher go ahead and market this, print it, and we could make it operating system exclusive. So if we were to say marketing and printing, that's going to take 28.8% of the royalties. If we do exclusive to this operating system, it comes down to 23. I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to make this an independent piece of software. We're going to say no publisher. Now, what that means, I can't print copies of the software. I'm going to have to order copies of the software, and the marketing is going to have to be me as well. So this is going to be risky because I'm not 100% sure what my skills are. Now, in terms of services, marketing is not very good. Law is even less because I'm an idiot and didn't think about this. So we'll see how this challenge ends up going. This is going to be interesting. Let's go ahead and make me a team leader as well, just because I can. And let's develop this. So we're going to start work on a notebook. What I'm also going to do, though, is I'm going to bring in another employee. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the desk there for a second. I'm going to move the water cooler to be... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's move you. So let's put the plant there. Let's put the water cooler there. Let's put this desk there. And we'll go ahead and copy this chair. So it's a nice looking chair. We'll go ahead and put this computer right there. And I don't really know what this person's going to need to necessarily be. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that calculator and I'm going to put a phone there so I'm boosting my abilities. And I'm very tempted to move this carpet as well. I think that might be a good idea. Just sort of put it more between the two chairs there. So that seems pretty nice. And that seems all right. I reckon a nice table cactus might not go amiss. And I also have this acoustic foam, which I could put in here if I really wanted to. I don't think we need it. But it might be kind of neat just to have a bit of acoustic foam in here. You know, something like that. Just to kind of, I don't know, deaden the sound a little bit. We don't really need it though. Let's see, in terms of other lights, let's go ahead and do this and this just so the room's nice and bright and we can just check. Oh yeah, room's gonna be plenty bright with all of those. So that's pretty good. That's no complaints from me there. And yeah, I guess that'll do for now. So let's go ahead in here and let's go to hire employees. Now, I gotta be honest. I'd be very tempted to look for marketing, but I think we're gonna need a developer. Now, this is system and 2D is largely what Notebook is gonna be. So, I mean, we could look for a 2D programmer. If we look at me, I mean, my skills are, yeah, system mostly, 2D less so. Of course, I've started developing something that I'm not actually all that good at, and I'm requiring myself to do marketing, which I'm also not very good at, so this is great. Let's just do a full interview. We have enough money to do it. Compatibility, great. Skill for you, not amazing. Skill for none of them is particularly amazing. But I guess Lou Arnold, you are hired. I have limited funds to do this, but I'm going to take that chance. We're also going to auto-assign the computers. And we're also going to take some contract work while we're here. So we'll grab an embedded system. And we'll grab a logistics application, because I reckon I can probably do both. We'll get these maxed out, is what we'll do, which we've managed to do there. And speed things up. So there we go. The iterations are flying through, which is lovely to see. I don't think we need to iterate that much on them. So we'll just get those kind of, done up to about, I don't know, 90% each, which they now are. We'll promote both of them into beta. And about 3:30, we'll go ahead and finish. There we go. Easy money. I said I wasn't going to cheese those, but I cheesed it a little bit. It's fine. There we go. So we got me heading out to the park to have a meeting with Lou. All right. And they're just blah, blah, blahing and all, as they usually do in softwaring. That's fine. And to be honest, Notebook is flying along, which is lovely. Let's go ahead and grab another logistics application. And let's just make that a top priority. Just to make sure that we have money coming in. We also don't need to develop it that much. We can go ahead and promote. And we can go ahead and finish at about 3:30. There we go. Beautiful. So my reputation's 2 stars, which is fantastic. I've also got another reward, which is 50,000 from contracts. What's my reward going to be? It is an ergonomic chair and a yoga ball. Okay. Okay. All right. Ergonomic chair is $2,000. Oh my God. I kind of want it though. I'm not going to lie. We have the money. Why not? We'll throw you there. It's 1980 and we have these fancy ergonomic chairs and yoga balls. Can they actually use this? Wait, no. They can sit on the damn yoga ball. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, we could go full Silicon Valley hipsters here if we wanted to. Oh no. That's terrible. That is terrible. Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's leave it a couple of months before we go ahead and do anything with more contract work. In terms of marketing, though, I don't think I want to market this until... I mean, we could announce it to be coming out in July of 81. We could do that. I don't think I want to market it until I have something to market, though. Because here's the thing. If we get this thing into the alpha stage, because right now we're just designing it. If you're not familiar with softwaring, this blue bar up here at the top is your tell. That's how you know we're in the design phase. Because as well as that, if we have a look at my skills, design is blue, programming is green, artistry is red. So we're in the design phase right now. When it goes into alpha, that's sort of the programming phase. And we're in the 4th iteration of design right now. So, you know, we don't really have anything to show off. Let's go ahead and accept some work, though, for this contract. It's just me, because I'm assuming my other employee has gone on vacation, which is fine. And we'll just go ahead and develop that. We can get it done nice and quickly. There's not really any need to sit on it up to 100%, but we'll do it anyway. And we'll go ahead and just release it now. There we go. $12,000 is beautiful. And as we've seen, I mean, once this gets done with iteration 4, we can go ahead and move it into the actual development stage, which is going to be fantastic news because iteration 4 is done. So develop and still doesn't have any followers. Make sure you start marketing efforts early or no one will buy your product. I'm not really too worried about that. Because as we can see right now, it's being developed nice and quickly. But what I'm gonna do is get it kind of done and then throw it out for review. We can send it out to a company to review it, a third party, essentially, to have a look at it and see what they think of it. And in doing that, we essentially get ourselves in a situation where we can see, is it good? You know, what do they think of it? Etc, etc. What I'm also gonna do, though, is a real quick, just wait. Oh, no. So that right there is a hardware job. We don't want to do that. We do want to do this though, and we do want to max that out right there. So we'll get this done. We'll go ahead and promote, and we'll go ahead and finish, and that's a nice easy $11,000. Again, I said I wasn't going to cheese it, but apparently that was a lie. But yeah, I think my plan here is going to be to get Notebook, which has the green bar, by the way, which means programming, like I said. I think it's going to be to get Notebook up to 100% on code, which at the minute it's just waiting on system code, so that's fine. And then we can go ahead and, like I said, you know, get it reviewed and take a look at it. Now, interestingly, Lou doesn't do system code. And because Lou doesn't have experience, I can't actually send Lou to get educated in system code, which is fine. That's kind of okay. That's just kind of the way it's going to be. Which means essentially it's going to be me dealing with this. So I guess we just go ahead and grab another logistics application, and that'll give Lou something to do, and we'll get it done nice and quickly as we usually do. So we'll go ahead and just develop, and we'll go ahead and promote, and we'll go ahead and we will finish. And that'll just keep the money coming in like we always have. Now, 95% on this is fantastic. I reckon we could have probably gotten away with a July 1981 release date. And I'm also reckoning that how slowly the code's going at this point, we might want to go with a 98% on the code here, but at the same time, we've waited this long, we might as well wait for 100, you know? We might as well just get this thing up to 100% on that system code. 99! Come on, tick over to 100 in March of 1981. Give me that 100%. It's not going to do it, is it? It's not. Yeah, there it is. Still a little bit to go on system, but that's fine. This is where we're going to review it. So we're going to outsource the review. And Eco Inc. is the one doing it. And it is a solid 10 out of 10. So that means we don't even need to iterate on it. Iterating here means we go back to the design phase and redo design. We don't need to do that because what we can now do, promote that into beta. So now we're doing bug fixing. What I'm also going to do is, could we do an embedded system for 23,000 in a month? Let's try it. Let's see if we can manage an embedded system. Why are we at a meeting? No meetings. We're not going to iterate too much on this. We're going to develop it. We're going to get it to where it needs to be. This one's actually not going to be as smooth as some of the other ones. That's fine. We're going to promote. And we're going to finish for $20,000. I'll take it. Okay. So now what we need to do is a couple of things. We need to manage staff because we need to call IT support, cleaning, and maintenance. We don't need to call all of them, but we're going to call everybody just to sort of clean things up and make sure the computers are working and all that good stuff. And now we have a nice clean office, which is lovely. Let's go ahead and market this thing. So let's market this as releasing. It's May of 1981. Let's release in... Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Upcoming releases. Where do we have a word processor? So December this year, Sick Writer is coming out. So we need to release this in... I'm going to say October of this year. So that's when it's releasing. And we're going to put out some pretty high-level marketing is what we're going to try and do. No one is competent as a level 3 marketer. No. I think we can just have me as doing text marketing, and that'll be fine. So we'll get back in here. We're writing up this press release, which is going to take absolutely ages, which is fantastic. We could just put out a press build. We could just send a copy of this out to the press, which might not be a terrible idea. It is considered a 10 out of 10 piece of software, so I can't imagine they're going to complain too much about it. I'd imagine they'll be like, yeah, man, that's actually pretty cool is what it is. You know, it's actually a pretty good piece of software. I hope. 47 followers. Ooh, okay. Oh, dear. We got our hands on Notebook from Take 5 Interactive. We've given it a test run. The target demographic doesn't really know who Take 5 Interactive is. We haven't really heard about Notebook. It looks amazing, and it boasts a decent feature set. You'll be able to try it in the near future. Interesting. So this press release right here is not going very well. I don't know when we should release it. Maybe, I guess August? End of August? Because it releases in October, so even as bad as the press release might be, I think we're going to have to put it out in August. So, I mean, where is it? It's coming up on halfway done. Sure. Put the press release out there. We're up to 96 followers. What's the press release look like? So, that's not really... Hold on. They've already started working Notebook. It looks decently feature rich. Doesn't show anything off. Doesn't look that great. Okay. Chip Interactive made 62 million this month, making them worth 73 million with 3 releases in their catalog. Interesting. What did Chip Interactive do? So hold on a minute. Worth. Chip Interactive, 3 products, founded 6 years ago. What did they do? So they did operating systems, console operating systems at that. Interestingly, their most recent one did not make a profit. So that's curious, is what that is. That is very, very curious. But I will say, despite the fact we've not made any money in a couple of months, 103 followers is fine. I don't want to print copies of this. We're just going to have to release this next month and then order some copies. So I think what we're actually going to do is very cheekily throw an embedded system in there and a logistics application. Maybe a simple logistics application if we have one, which we might not. Let's just stick with the embedded system. So we'll just get this kind of going just so we can make, you know, a bit of money this month, just to make sure that we can afford to order copies of Notebook to put into stores when it is done or when it's releasing. So it is now October. Let's go ahead and release this. And I want to start a marketing campaign. The budget, now the monthly marketing budget for this, I'm going to set to $3,500. We don't have much of a marketing team is the problem, but we'll see what happens. Education-wise, good news is Lou can actually go off to be educated. Now, I am gonna say, what do I want to get you taught up in? I'm gonna say 2D is what we're gonna do. So we'll start that. We'll send you off to do it, and everything will be fine. Marketing is going okay. Support is doing what it's doing. We need to go here. This is outstanding quality, by the way. And we need to order copies. We're going to order, that's $11,000. I'm going to order 10,000 copies for $20,000. So there's now going to be, it only costs $68,000 to make. 10,000 copies in stock. Marketing is sparse, which is a bit of a worry. But that'll be okay. Marketing is actually largely done this morning as well. So I'll tell you what, let's change the marketing budget to around 5,000 so we can continue marketing it. But I'm also going to grab a logistics application and we're going to just bump that up there and make that kind of the priority just so we make sure that we are actually going to make some money here. Now, this is actually going to get done this month, which is good. Promote you and bug fix. There we go. $19,000 is fine. Are we going to make money off of Notebook? That is the hopefully $1 million question. Are we going to make money? We made $330,000. And I think the reason we didn't make more is because we didn't have enough copies in stock. Let's order 50,000 copies of Notebook. It's $100,000. We made 300,000. We're now putting 100,000 back into getting more copies of Notebook in stock. Now, the problem is, as much as we've made this money and it's fantastic, the problem is, number one, we need to keep up marketing. And number two, we need to keep up support. We need to keep up support. We have almost 12,000 active users. The other thing that we need to do is we need to take this and we need to port this to the most recent releases because there is over 500,000. And if we go with these 3 right here, that's a lot of, that's about 600,000. That's over 600,000 active users that we are not currently providing Notebook to. So we need to port it. We need to market it. Marketing needs to be the priority, which means support is going to be terrible. And support is going to be lacking. And then honestly, support kind of needs to be secondary to porting it. But that is good. Not the fact that support is secondary to marketing or anything like that, but monetarily speaking, oh my god. So it just made $745,000. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can complain about that. We ordered in a lot of units and have made a lot of money. Where does this put my company? So worth-wise, we're still way down here, but we are almost worth $1 million, which is kind of amazing. That's kind of cool. Like, I love this game. I absolutely friggin' love Software Inc. I really can't begin to tell you how much I love and adore Software Inc.